Good morning, everyone. This is Donald with Microcom Technologies, and I'd like to thank all of you for attending today's webinar with ReadyNet Solutions. The host is Bill Pedersen. He'll be presenting today, and if anyone has any questions, please feel free to submit them in the question box, and Bill will answer them at the end of today's presentation. Please also let me say, in introducing Bill this morning, he is ReadyNet's Voice Product Director. Thank you, Bill, so much for being with us today and taking the time and making this presentation. I am finished for now. You can go ahead and take it on over.
Thanks, Julie. Appreciate the warm welcome. And welcome everyone for attending today's webinar. Greatly appreciate your time, and hopefully you'll find the content and the information that we have today very interesting and exciting, and hopefully there's applications within your organizations and may be able to solve some customer issues or product offerings that you have for your customers. The product that we're going to talk about today is a brand new product that ReadyNet has released called the QX300. This is a wireless router, and as you can see from the image there on your screen, it's a very small form factor. This one literally has a self-contained power supply, switching power supply internal, that you can just plug this right directly into the wall. And there on the bottom, you have a number of options. We're going to talk about some of the applications that you may benefit, or your customers may benefit from this product. A couple of things. This is a fully managed device through RN Control, ReadyNet's RN Control, if you're familiar with that. Allows you to remotely manage these devices from your office for customer support issues, for provisioning, for just simple moves, adds, and changes, or anything that you would like to customize for your customer. Maybe it's just simple changing the Wi-Fi SSID, or customer may have the brand new iPhone X10 and they forgot their passphrase. You can look up the passphrase through the management portal as well also. This is a great solution also because of its form factor to be used in a number of applications. I could use it as an ATA, and I can provide voice services over it. And I've got two connectivity options. I can connect to my existing local area network, or I can bridge this via Wi-Fi and connect to through the existing Wi-Fi that might be within the home to provide voice services. Or maybe I'm just extending the network. The neat thing is, with the form factor being so small, I just plug it into the wall. It allows me to move this around in various rooms. Maybe I want to put a telephone in the bedroom, or maybe I want to put one in the kitchen area or something like that. I can just plug this around, and we're seeing a lot of primary uses is that they'll use it as a Wi-Fi bridge, and so they're connecting to the existing Wi-Fi within the house. So this is going to eliminate any type of special cabling needs that I might have to run within the home or that small business. I can just plug it in just about anywhere I go. From an SMB perspective, we're seeing this being used as for a number of items. A fax machine, or a postage machine line, or an alarm line. I do my SIP services over it. I can plug this in basically anywhere in the office. So if I need to connect to a printer for a fax line, I've got the outlet by the printer. I can plug this in, and I can bridge to the existing Wi-Fi for registration of the voice services. If I have to put a phone into the back warehouse or something like that, and I don't have cabling, just simple cabling, Ethernet cabling running to the back, I can plug one of these in, plug my phone in, whether it's a a VoIP phone or an analog phone that I'm just doing SIP trunking over, I can plug that into the back room, and for simple costs of the router, I can eliminate running a cable run. The other thing is too, in some of those remote areas within the home or the business, I can actually become a repeater and broadcast a SSID out and extend to other devices that may need to have connectivity in those areas as well too. Pretty simple little product. We're seeing a lot of interest in this, and I'm not saying just from an interest standpoint. We're actually seeing orders, people purchasing this device because of the price point on this, and we'll cover that here in just a few minutes. The other thing is you can use this just to extend a network within a bedroom or an office as well too. If you need to convert a room into a small office or a home, a bedroom, I need a cable drop in that room. I can bridge to my existing Wi-Fi that I've already got within the home, and then connect that way as well too for printers and that. It does come with a USB port that you can use for additional storage functionality on the device. And just kind of scroll down. I'll just kind of show some of the features. I'm just taking this off of our data sheet. And if you'd like to get a copy of this data sheet, you can go to ReadyNetSolutions.com, and under service providers, just pull up the QX300 data sheet from there, and you can take a look at that. This just kind of shows us some of the applications. We've got internet coming in, we've got telephony hooked up to it, and also it's also acting as a Wi-Fi device within the home. Now this is a 2x2 radio, 802.11 BGN. So you're going to see up to 300 megabits of traffic on Wi-Fi. But it's also 2x2, which is important. So you're going to get full duplex on send and receive on your Wi-Fi applications. You've got one WAN port, one LAN port on the bottom. I'll just kind of scroll down just a touch there so you can see those. But on one of the WAN ports, if you're using it in a bridge mode, then it actually converts over to two LAN ports if you need to connect for two LAN ports. We talked about the USB port for storage and printing options. Provisioning, we can do option 66, TFTP, HTTP or HTTPS, and also TR-69 management as well. So you've got the ability to not only push out configurations to the device, you can also go into the server, the RN control portal, and actually see the status of this device as well also. Just kind of flip down here. This is some of the general specifications. I'm not going to read through these, but I'll let you take a look at them. Some of them that we talked about, for the I/O interface. Also on the wireless interface, keep in mind you've got 4 SSIDs that you can choose from as well too. And then also some of the SIP features, protocols that we do. We do have 16 meg of flash and 64 meg of RAM. Now this is kind of interesting on the flash. One of the things that we are seeing a pretty large interest in for this device is that you might have a custom application that you're running or that you're providing for your customer base. And so we have a lot of people that are interested in adding their applications to this router to run within the home. We have some companies, that are in testing process, not only for, well, for instance, like fax services. They'll embed their own application for their fax services. We have one customer that is strictly a residential voice customer that sells this, basically all over North America to provide residential voice services, and they're very successful in their application that they run. So there's a lot of things that you can take a look at, and we're getting ready to add some additional applications as well. And as soon as those are finished, we will let you know. Hopefully, maybe on the next opportunity we have to do one of these Lunch and Learns webinars that will allow you to provide services to your customers and provide a revenue stream for your business as well too. I'm really excited to make that announcement in the near future. But these are things that are applications that we embed within the device that you can run from the device on our portals and that. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. If you're familiar with other ReadyNet products, managed products, the web interface is identical to some of our other products. And we do have a number of new products. One of the other future products we'll talk about is our AC1000 M and MS managed routers as well too. But I wanted to really talk about this one because this is a price. Well, it's priced such that it's a Cisco killer, it's a Grandstream killer, and that you can also remotely manage this device. It's really taken off and really done very well. With that, Julie, I would love to entertain any questions that anyone might have.
Thank you very much, Bill, for that wonderful presentation regarding this product. And it looks like we do have some questions for you. Let me go to the first one here. Will this product negate the need for running cat cable on any install?
Potentially. You got to keep in mind that since it is a 300 megabit, that's based on distance and devices that I'm connecting to. But I can tell you this as an example. I actually, during the early development, when we were starting to roll into the beta testing, I actually have a television in my back room that I don't have any Ethernet cabling, and it's one of the worst spots in my home for Wi-Fi coverage. So what I ended up doing is I took the QX300 and I put it in repeater mode and placed it about center on the top level of my home. So I had good connectivity with my base router, and then also had good visibility with my television. And I was actually running IPTV over it, and it performed flawlessly in that application. You kind of have to do the math based on the number of devices that you have, but it's not to say that you could use this and have maybe 2 of these devices within a home. And it's not a mesh application. Keep in mind it's a repeater application. But if I set my output powers properly, I don't put them at full power. I probably trim them down to half or less, and then I do have better coverage within my home for those applications. And from that standpoint, it's a very good cost-effective solution. But yeah, I mean, this definitely helps eliminate need for cabling. I know there's a company here in Salt Lake that they have their installation techs. They'll keep a few of these in their vehicle that if they have an installation and before they leave, one of the questions I'll ask is, is there any area that you need internet that you have not been able to, have good service on, and then I'll plug one of these in and see if this will help solve their coverage issues as well too. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
Thank you very much, Bill, for that. Next question here for you. Does the QX300 work with other manufacturers?
I'm going to take a stab on that. I think what you're saying is, does it work with any other manufacturer routers? Yes, the answer is yes on that. Yeah, I mean, basically, you're basically taking the existing Wi-Fi. Let's say you're trying to bridge this with a Wi-Fi application, which I think is where you're asking, is that all you have to do is when you go in to pair the device with your main router, you're going to put it in repeater mode. And once it's in repeater mode, you're going to get a list of all the SSIDs that this router can see. And you'll find your SSID that you want to connect to, and then put in the passphrase that you need to, and it will bridge and connect instantly to that device or to that router. Could be D-Link, could be, anybody's router that's out there.
Thank you for that, Bill. Yes, you did understand my question. Thank you.
Okay.
Next question for you. Will this work good for families in homes who are maybe slowed down with video gamers in the house?
Will this work? Repeat that one more time, Julie, and make sure I get that.
Sure. Will this work good for families in homes who are slowed down because there are video gamers in the house?
Well, for video gamers, the best thing to do is to prioritize that traffic. And this product does allow you to prioritize traffic. So you can actually build QoS policies on this router that would give, certain users or certain, certain applications priority over the gamers, so to speak. So yes, you can build QoS policies with this device to have a better end user experience for certain applications.
Thank you, Bill. Next question here for you. Are these simple configuration to the network and then plug and play?
Yeah, like any router that you're plugging into the network, basically, if you wanted to use this as your main router, for instance, you could take your internet handoff from your service provider, plug it into the WAN port of this device, and you're up and running. The default username and passphrase and SSIDs are all on the product, and we are also working on an application. Not sure when it will release. I'm hoping we have something by Wispapalooza this fall that would basically be a mobile app that you could actually plug this in and connect to the device through your mobile phone and get all the information and do any specific settings, set up your SSID, set up your passphrase, and all that to help simplify this from a consumer or end user perspective. Good question.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Couple more questions here for you. Next one here is, does this product have a feature or login onto a website and running a spectrum analysis through the same device?
Spectrum analysis. I probably need a little bit more information on the spectrum analysis, but what we do is all these devices do register to ReadyNet's RN Control, which is the service provider or the MSP's management portal. And some of the things that we can do, in fact, we see this in multi-dwelling unit environment applications, is where once we plug in the router, we're good to go. Everything's fine and dandy. But then by the time you get to the end of your project, you might, let's say you have 20 rooms or 40 rooms or something like that, but that number's expanded. And we might have some overlap with the Wi-Fi signaling. So we do have a Wi-Fi scan feature option within RN Control for every device that's out there. And you can run a Wi-Fi scan to see other radios that might be in your area and what bands that they are actually, or channels that they are actually communicating on. And RN Control will come back to you and give you the better performing channel that you should use based on the information that it receives. And so, yeah, you can take that. The other things that we're looking at as well that we're just in testing, I can tell this now, because once these features come out, they automatically go out to all of our customers for our management portal. But we're also working on bandwidth utilization reports that will show you your devices that are connected to the network and how much bandwidth they're using, uploads and downloads as an aggregate for all the devices that are on the network, and then also as individual devices on the network. So if you do have, let's say for instance, you do have that video game gaming device on, and you're having kind of poor experience, or your customers are having some complaints that, hey, I just don't have the bandwidth. You can actually go in and identify these devices that might be abusing what I call the worst offenders on the network, and you can let them know that, hey, we've got this device, we see it as an Xbox, and it's got this MAC address. This one's using this, out of all your bandwidth, all your devices on your network, this is the most or worst offender on your network. So from that perspective, on a call analytics perspective, or call statistics, hopefully that helps answer the question. But yeah, keep your eyes open. If you're using RN Control, we're going to be rolling out a lot of these features here in the next couple of months.
Thank you very much, Bill. One last question here for you. Is the router software fixed, or can it be flashed for third-party softwares?
Great question. It is fixed. It is a Linux-based operating system, but it is fixed. But we do have the ability to add third-party applications, thing that we were just talking about earlier, that if you have a specific application that you're in need of or would like to add to the device, yes, we do that for a number of companies, and you can just reach out to us and through Microcom, and we'll get you in touch with our engineers to go over that, to do a call and kind of review your applications, and then what we would need from you in order to run your application on this device. But yes, we do quite a bit of custom applications. Some of them are specific for voice carriers. Some of them are specific for content management. And there are applications that they've done on this device for also device management, or what I would, if I were to take it one step further, a PC care environment where they can actually monitor all your operating systems such as Android, iOS, Macintosh, your Mac, and your Windows environments, and provide a PC care type solution for that. But yeah, we're always open to have those type of discussions, and And yeah, just reach out to Microcom, your sales contact within Microcom, and we can review that with you. Great question.
Thank you very much for answering those questions, Bill. Also, thank you everyone for attending today. And if you have any further questions, please feel free to contact your sales rep or email us at sales@microcomtech.com. If you wish to view the products mentioned or shown today, please visit us at www.microcom.us. Please remember this webinar presentation has been recorded and it will be uploaded to our Microcom YouTube channel so it can be viewed again. Thank you very much, Bill. Appreciate all your information. We're looking forward to the QX300 and have a fantastic day. Thank you, everybody.